Today I'm gonna be making my weld seam. So basically I have my needle here and my thread is already prepared. So what we're gonna do is a back stitch, a simple back stitch with 2 pieces of fabric 3x5. As you can see, there are 2 of them here. So I already prepared my line as well. Wait, let me align this straight. Alright, so you can see I already prepared the line. So this is where we're gonna stitch. Alright. So we're gonna do a back stitch. You guys can see. Alright, now let's get started. So let's turn the fabric on. Okay, and I'm gonna start. Alright, so follow me.
This time you've been thinking I moved on, but you should know I waited for you. Even if I tried, I could never let you go. You should know I waited. I'm always waiting for you.
Who asked for the distance, but are you alone? Are you alright? And maybe you will judge me if I said that I hope you still love me. Feels like you don't. I'm scared that I might. I'll be happy for you if you say you're happier with someone else. I'll be honest with you. Just the thought of it hurts like hell.
Oh, this time you've been thinking I moved on, but you should know I waited.
Okay, so we made our stitches now, as you can see. So we made our stitches now. What we're gonna do next is we're gonna turn this fabric up next other side, and we're gonna start. One more. All right. I know this you can make a little bit more of it. So we'll make sure that we have to split things. Alright, let's do one more. So, okay. I know it's quite depending to the edge, but that's pretty much it. We're done with our plain seam, which is the first seam that we got so far. And what we're gonna do now, we're gonna make the to make sure that it's stick. So
I'm always waiting for you. I'm always waiting for you. Oh, you should know I waited. Things are right, you just know. There is something in your eyes that brings me home. 'Cause when there's love, you don't let go.
alright, so now that our thread is now tightened up, I'm gonna make a cut here and we're done. Okay, so we're done with our plain seam. So we want to make a weld seam, right? So here's how it's gonna go. So we're gonna open like this. Okay, as you can see, I'm gonna lay it on the table flat. So we're gonna open this, right? So our plan about doing the weld seam is that we're gonna be like folding it, this area here, and making a trim of the seam allowance, like a bit. But we don't want to make a cut on the thread itself, because that will make the thread pull out of the fabric. So we want to make sure that when we trim our seam allowance, it doesn't go through the fabric. So this is how it's gonna go. Right, so at least like a small here and a small area here. Then what's the cut? So I'm gonna. So yeah. Let me measure this. As you can see. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna cut off half of this here. So it's like it'll remain like
From tonight,
this area here.
it's
So like we're cutting half of this. I'm gonna make a line. I'm gonna show you guys what it looks like. So like just 1 second. 1 second. So let's make a slight cut here. Okay. So I made a small marker here with my pencil. So we're gonna cut through this line here. So this will leave out like half of this fabric here gone, this area here, and half like remaining. So let's get to cutting. Oh yes. And after that, after my cut, I'm going to also iron my fabric before I prepare another thread when it comes to sewing. So let's get started with cutting first, and then we're gonna iron it.
I'll cross my heart and hope to die with always and forever.
So cut through the line, everyone. Cut through the line. Now I'm going to always cut this. So trim off your seam allowance. Don't make sure not to cut this. There we are. So you're now left with this. A small flap that is like half the size of this. So it's like half now, and we trim the seam allowance. So we're gonna iron this now. Alright? Okay guys, so as you can see here, our iron is now running and it's on as well at the same time. So what we're gonna start doing now is gonna put the fabric in here. So let me make sure that this is heating up. Alright. So let's get our fabric ready. Alright, so alright, so let me make sure. 1 second. I'm gonna flip it up first. Let me mix this up, right? I'm gonna make sure it's flat here. Sorry about that. And okay, let's start ironing. Just take your time, iron slowly. Alright, this is ironed now. And there we go. So next side. This is now ironed. So the next side now. Oopsies. I made a slight mistake here. Alright. So let's iron this. Continue to iron this up. I made a slight tear here, but it's the iron is gonna iron itself. We're not done yet. So I'm gonna to make sure that this fabric is like flat. We're gonna continue with sewing process. Alright guys. So now that ironing is done, I replaced my pins inside of the fabric. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna do another back stitch because we want to make sure that there's a line here, the seam, a line here that and we're gonna do the seam, right? The welt seam. So it requires like 2 lines. So we're gonna start our back stitch here. The pins are already in so that it will support the flap side and this area here. It will support both the fabric and the flaps. Alright, so another line is marked, and we're gonna make sure that when we sew, we gotta make sure that these flaps, the flaps here as well as this area here on the outside, it must match. It must be close together. It must be stick together to the seam, because that's how a seam is supposed to be. All right. So let's get started. And then make sure that be careful. Yep. All right. Let's go.
Savannah, I'm coming home. Savannah, we'll never be alone. Savannah, the beauty of the world. Savannah, let's all take a
Sitting lonely in my room again, trying to find the words to say, but nothing comes out. I am looking for the better days, seem like they just stay away whenever I try. There's so many things that I keep in my mind. My friends keep me out and it hurts every time. With all the emotions I built up inside, oh why can't I? Will someone look for me if I disappear? No matter how much that I scream, nobody hears. But I see the light from far away, it's down the line. Maybe I should not give up without a fight, 'cause there will be a time. Oh, 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 oh. There will be a time. Oh, 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 oh. There will be a time.
Alright, so we're done with our support and we can put it up. Alright, so I'm gonna show you guys what it looks like. And here we have it. This is our Welt seam. So you should look like this in the front. And it should be parallel to the other side. Alright, as you guys can see. And you can also iron it again if you want to, but I mean it's already flat, it's already folded. And that's how you do a Welt seam, guys. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you learned something.
That I keep in my mind. I hang around people I don't even like. If they